Hi there, everybody. First of all, sorry for the blurriness of the camera. It's don't know why. I just cleaned it, but okay. I think you can see me just fine, right? I wanted to talk to you about Predator 2, this sequel from 1990. Although the movie plays in a sort of a dystopian world of drugs and violence and gangs in 1969, presumably. I think that 69, 89, somewhere at the end of the 90s. Why they did that, I don't know. um, Directed by Stephen Hopkins. You got Danny Glover as Lieutenant Mike Harrigan, sorry. Gary Busey as Peter Keyes, Special Agent Peter Keyes. Bill Paxton as Jerry Lambert. You got Danny Leona as one of the colleagues of Danny Glover's team. And then you've got Captain Heineman, who's always up Harrigan's ass. And then you got Captain Pilgrim. He's a captain who has to take all the abuse from upper level management. Now, Kevin Peter Hall reprised his role as a predator, like in the first movie. He also reprised his role in this one. First of all, uh, right out of the bat, this movie didn't have the recognition that it deserves. It seems like after this movie, Predators came out with Adrien Brody, and they all liked that movie, but it's basically a remake almost from the first one, and that was a lot better in my opinion. Better actors, better filmed in any sense of the words. And this one, I mean, it's original. It plays in L.A., I think, Los Angeles, in a heat wave, uh, and I mean, yeah, and they're attracted to heat. That's why the first Predator, he went to the Amazon jungle, so it's perfect for him now. Now the movie, it starts it almost starts with, it's shootouts, and so they apparently hold up a car that had some cartel members from Victor, what's his name? Vega, from Vega, Victor Vega. So I think Victor Vega, he was the coke king of LA, and they started to shoot the cop, and they started more of these cartel members came, and more police came, more SWAT came, and they started to shoot. But the thing is, these guys are like, I mean, for real, the police are just like target practice for these guys, and they're like just shooting willy-nilly, like not really aiming with their guns, but just shooting willy-nilly. There's even a guy that stands on his truck and takes his junk out and goes like this. Pendejos. And it's, there's snipers on the roof. They can't hit shit. Nobody can hit shit from the cops. Then Mike Harrigan comes and he saves the day. So he puts all of these vests in his car, bulletproof vests, and he he's driving through the bullets from the cartel members, and he just slams through their cars. Get, get Gets out. He has a Desert Eagle, which first of all I thought, okay, a Desert Eagle for a cop. Yeah, this is dystopian because I don't think those an issue. A Desert Eagle, is that an issue weapon for a cop? But most of them are having Desert Eagles. That's the detectives. Danny and Leona, they also have what looks like Desert Eagles, except Bill Paxton. You know, Jimmy Lambert, but he's not there at this time. He comes in later, but he shoots him up. He takes this shotgun, this automatic short shotgun. And weird thing is, it has a lot of bullets. It's like this big, and it has a handle so you can hold it like this. And he's shooting. I think it's automatic. So she's shooting like 5, 6, 7 cartel members dead. He does in 5 minutes what an entire SWAT team with snipers on the roof, on the ground, couldn't do. And he does. Okay, so a few of the cartel members going to the high-rise building. They go to their room there. It's basically an armory full of weapons. You've got like a 50 caliber sniper rifle. You've got a grenade launcher. You've got AK-47s, Uzi pistols. I mean, and then the leader of this gang is called Ramon Vega. Sorry, Ramon Vega is still the boss of all these cartel members. But from this group of cartel members, he's the underboss called El Scorpio. And it's funny to see that these guys are sniffing all the time. So they're like, one sniffs and he has a bunch of coke in his hands, and it goes like this. The coke goes off, but I mean, it's cool to see. And then El Scorpio takes this big lunk of coke in his face, and it goes like, El Scorpio is ready. And then out of the glass roof, a humanoid figure rings a bell. Cloaked, falls down, and they see one of the guys with the grenade launcher shoots, and they see an explosion coming through the wall. And you know, Harrigan wants to go up there, but Heineman, so that Captain Heineman, the douchebag captain, you've got the douchebag captain, you got the good captain. He says he has to wait for special forces, special agents. This is Peter Keyes and such. But he says, fuck orders, let's just go in, okay? And he says, get some SWAT members with him. Dan and Leona goes in with him. And then you hear some screaming, and a few salvos are being fired. And then, again, SWAT team members are really trained well, I guess. United States SWAT members, they're the best of the police force, yes? So El Scorpio comes out of this room, like, all blood on his face. He sees the two SWAT team members. They're just standing there with their assault rifles, and he kills them both, and he goes upstairs. They're shooting, they're missing. Okay. So Danny Glover follows him, and he's up the roof, and then you see this cool scene where he's standing there completely in shock. He has this bulletproof armor on. He has blood all over him, and he sees the predator in the, the 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 cloaked predator, but with some of the sunlight you can see it, kinda. And he starts shooting at it, and of course Mike Harrigan shoots, the Desert Eagle at him, and he falls down. But then he goes and see down to the from the building, and he's scared of heights. Then he sees something, and he points it. He has a laser pointer on his Desert Eagle, and he points it at what he sees is the cloaked predator. But because of the pointy thing, the predator knows he's locked on him, and he just goes away. Now, of course, you've got the scene. What happened there was just everybody got disemboweled. You got a guy that basically has big hole, such a big hole in his body from the laser cannon of the predator. A few got disemboweled by the predator, and there's one guy that's being strung up like what the predator usually does, his MO. And when the police goes outside because they hear these Heinemann has arrived, okay, they go outside to explain and to probably get a lot of shit. The one that's being hanged gets pulled up as a prize. He's the prize of the predator. He's gonna be skinned, and probably the skull would be removed. Now, then Peter Keyes also arrives with his helicopter, and Heinemann is like, "You disobeyed orders. This is the last time I'm gonna talk with your superior. You're a danger for yourself and for the people of Los Angeles." And Danny Glover almost wants to punch the guy, and you're keeping him, okay, keeping him, please. So you see Gary Busey coming, and Peter Keyes, and they're going upstairs with these boxes and things and materials, and they say, "Who are they?" And Heinemann says, "They are the people you don't want to fuck with, and I'll come back to the office." And so, okay, eventually, after that all is said and done, we get to the police office, and then Bill Paxton. Aliens, I love them. Hudson, even when he was a comedic relief, I love his one-liners, because all the one-liners in Aliens were basically they were basically invented right there on the spot, improv. But here he does, and even when he gets scared after that, like a little sissy, but he mans up. I still like the character. I like Hicks more, but Hudson was like Vasquez, Hudson, and Hicks. Those were the best, in my opinion, soldiers, because those were the ones that were alive and kept alive. That the nest. These soldiers showed that they could fight. Only Hudson, under pressure, freaks out a little bit, but okay. But there's another movie. This movie is like not only a comedic relief, but he's also a womanizer, and he's trying to flirt with Leona. And then she grabs his balls, and she says, "If you try that again, you puto, I'll grab your cojones and put them in your mouth. You got that?" And like I said, I really liked the way she said that. And then he says, "Oh, she's on the rag or something." And then, of course, it immediately, Mike Hannigan, Danny Glover lets who the boss is. He's the boss. He's the lieutenant. He Bill Paxton. His name is Jerry Lambert. He said, I paid my dues, I paid to be here, and he said, Danny Glover says, that's what I'm scared of. No one wants to be here. So we don't want cowboys here. We don't want crazy guys. We need smart guys. Work as a team. You got that? And things like that. So after the talk, they're in Captain Pilgrim's office with Captain Heineman, and then Peter Key steps in and he says, sorry to interrupt, and he starts to say it's a special or vital mission that we're on, and we really need we don't need your cooperation. We have the necessary tools to handle this. We are trying to infiltrate King Willie's voodoo posse and Ramon Vega's cartel for months now, which is not true. They're not interested in these two guys, but they're interested in one thing, the Predator. They know the Predator is doing all that shit. Then you get this awesome scene that, okay, this you see this girl cock riding on Ramon Vega. Wow, wow. and then you see boom, boom, two guys on the main door get shot, and you see the voodoo posse coming in, and she's, oh no, it's like, she's, oh no, oh no. They grab her by the hair, and eventually they string him up by the legs, upside down, and it says, this is about money. I got $2 million there, and 100 kilos coke. Just take it. And then you've got this awesome line. So from the main guy of the posse, there are like 10 guys there. King Willie didn't want you to die. He wanted to take your soul. So he wants your heart for voodoo magic. Voodoo magic, man. And everybody's laughing. But I tell you what I believe in. Shit happens. That's so cool how these guys takes an knife and takes his heart out. And then the Predator is there, and he kills all of these guys. He has multiple weapons. He has this web that is super sharp, and the guy is pressed against the wall, and he's sliced in pieces. Then you've got a guy who gets a spear through his body, and they're all getting killed. Just 10 voodoo posse members getting killed, and the last one is the one who said shit happens. Then you hear the Predator saying shit happens. As a record, of course, he knows he records lines that he likes, and the guy's going pom pom pom, and the Predator's coming at him, and he obviously is dead too. So that's a pretty cool line, and I like that. I like that a lot. Now, Danny Glover seems to as Mike Harrigan, they go to the place where all the guys were Ramon Vega. They know it's Ramon Vega. They know nobody dares to touch him. King Willie is being serious at this time. And they're now hanging, skinned, upside down. And the only one who is not skinned is Ramon Vega. And they find the girl, the hooker, or whatever, of the girlfriend from Ramon Vega, probably a prostitute. And she's completely in trance. She's saying something in Spanish, and Leona understands the devil came. The devil came. She's constantly saying that. And then, of course, King Willie. Then, of course, Peter Keys comes in with lights and says, "What are you doing here? This is a crime scene. You can't be here." But before they come in, Peter, sorry, Danny, and sees this kind of edgy weapon because he killed one of the Voodoo Posse members with a spike gun that he fires, and it's jammed in the wall in a grit in the wall. And he says that to Mike Harrigan, to Danny Glover. He says, "Okay, we're gone, we're gone." They go. He tells him about the spike. He says, "Keep it on the down. Keep it on the down low. We're gonna go back and collect that thing." Of course, Danny says, "And don't be a hero," he says. And of course, Danny being a hero, he goes alone and he wants to get it. And at some point, he falls. He has the thing in his hand and he falls backwards, and it wants to grab the edge, but he grabs something invisible, which turns out the predator's arm. It's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And he's grabbed above, and he's being fucked up, like he's filleted, like probably flayed alive, and his skull is probably being removed. After that, of course, Danny Glover is mourning, and at some point the predator is at the cemetery, and there's a kid with a plastic Uzi that and the Terminator, the predator sees him, but he sees that it's plastic, so he knows not to kill the boy. If the boy had a gun, he would have killed him. So they still have that honor code. But this predator is a lot more vicious and smart, and like the first one killed one by one. I think that one was more of a trainee, so to say. This one is an experienced hunter predator that can kill several people at a time. Who has a lot more weapons, because the first predator only had the claws and the laser gun. This one also has the claws and the laser gun, but has a spear, the net, the nets, the giant nets, hooks that he can fire. He has this also a disc that he can throw, and that cuts through everything, and he has a lot more goodies to his armor, to his advantage. Now, Harrigan hears something, and he's looking around, and he sees Danny's. He had a necklace on, and he sees the necklace hanging there. He knew the killer was there, but he still doesn't know who the fucking killer is, because who dares to go up against the cartel and does the same shit against the Voodoo Posse, right? So we got a new killer in town, but who the fuck dares to interfere with these two guys? So he has a meeting, and that's a cool scene. He has a meeting with King Willie, and so he he scored a meeting with King Willie. Eventually, a car is there to pick him up. It's funny. He opens the car. They're all smoking big joints, like this big, like a pen big, and then come on in, man. You want some? You want some? I said, some. You want some tootie? Something. If you want some ganja, man, and I said, no thanks. So he's coming out of the smoky car, and King Willie's there, and he has this cane, but in this cane is a sword, and he says, "So, Mr. Policeman, what are you doing here?" He was says, "I want to know who's killing everybody here and your men." He says, how did he say? He said, "You cannot see what who's killing you, and you cannot see, but there is a pattern that my bones have." And he throws those bones on the table, and that always has the same pattern. The killer will be killing more, not only my men, but policemen, innocent people. Go back to Babylon, Mr. Policeman. You do not have anything more to say here. Go back. And then after that, a brick falls on the when the guys go. A brick falls in the water. He really sort of he's scared. He jump scared, of course, and he sees the predator coming from the roof in cloaking device, and he's standing in water. And what happens when he stands in water? He becomes the predator. His cloaking device. He can see through his cloaking device, so he's the predator. He's like, Ramon, ching! He's ready to fight the predator, and then you hear this loud scream, and then you have King Willie's head, which is such a cool scene. King Willie's head, like, in the predator's hands. Of course, he met the predator head on. He's a worthy opponent, to say sort of, because he went with just a blade, Then you see the entire process of the skull being, removed, and that there's this one scene where the thing, the hook is being studied by scientists they have at the police station, but she says that the entire files she had on this, and all of the cartel members and the voodoo members, everything is taken away by your friend Keys, she said. Luckily, I stored some data, and she says that the weapon you sent me was on none of the earthly charts, so early charts from the time from the cavemen, and then on and on and on. So could it be alien? Could be, she says. So this here, so he's now starting to think, okay, this thing is not maybe something inhuman, but he sees Peter Keys going like, Keys, motherfucker, what's going on? He says, you don't know what you're dealing with. Fuck you, you piece of shit. I'm gonna kill him because he killed Danny, and if you get in the way, I kill you. Poof, it was like this. And it's a cool scene, and then, which is Alec Baldwin, one of his guards says, do you want me to go after him? He says, no, leave him. We have more things to handle, So of course everything blah 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 happens again. You know, there's at some point Bill Paxton and Leona are on a train station, metro station, and after you know, they're talking this and blah blah blah. There are a few gang guys that are trying to rob a guy, and they want to intervene because they're police, and the predator is on the roof of this train cart, and it gets in, but everybody wanted to intervene with for the police, and they all everybody of these civilians have guns, because who doesn't have a gun in the United States, right? So now, like an old grandma has a gun. So you've got all these guns, and then the predator comes in, everything is black, and then you got this really cool scene where you see the predator's cloaking vision, you know, where everybody's shooting at something, and you know, and the predator even takes the old lady with the claws, and you see that one of the gang members who had a gun, you see him shooting. He's being thrown through the wall, through the window. Everybody's basically mangled. Even the guy who was being mugged, but he had a revolver. He's shooting just like this, and he gets, of course, killed, clawed in by the predator's claw. And then Jerry Lambert, Bill Paxton, says against Leona, go, get the people out of here. I'll keep him busy. Are you sure? I'll go. So he's standing there, he sees something cloaky coming at him, he's starting to fire. I'm gonna get you, he says. That's cool scene. And he takes another clip. You motherfucker. And then the predator, that's what I wanted, that's something that I also wanted to say. He had a line from the kid with the plastic Uzi. He said, want some candy? And the predator records it, and then when he's shooting Jerry Lambert and the predator, he says, want some candy? Want some candy? And he's like, oh shit, and he has no bullets left. He has this stress ball that he just throws at the predator, thinking that will do a thing. I'm not sure that a stress ball will hurt the predator, but I thought that was a really creepy scene with want some candy, You got, he takes he finds a weapon of the gang members. It's like a kind of a metal spike. He goes after the predator, and of course you see him flying away through the train cart, and he's dead. Danny Glover comes. Leona went back to the train cart where everybody got slaughtered, but the predator came out in full predator mode. He's not in cloaking mode anymore. He sees Leona and he investigates her, but she has a weapon, but he doesn't want to kill her. Why? Because she's pregnant. Like I said, these things are not bats. They will not hurt innocent civilians. They will only hurt the people who have guns and are shooting at him. That's what he thinks as being sport. Not people like pregnant babies or a kid with a plastic gun. That's the honorable thing that I like, actually really like from the predators. Because it's not like there's this later we get Alien vs Predator. The xenomorphs kill whoever they want to kill. They don't have any code of honor. The predators do, and I like that more than the aliens, in my opinion. Danny Glover, okay, he's running to the end of the train card, and he said everybody had weapons. That's why he started killing, and he runs towards the end of the train card and towards a ladder, and he sees Jerry, no, and he starts freeing, and you see the predator. Jerry's is ripping his spine out, and he's throwing it. It's a gnarly scene actually, but you don't see a lot. You see a shadowy Jerry Lambert, then you see this ripping this. You see the spine coming off and the skull, and he throws, and he has he puts the skull on his back, and after this, a cat and mouse game ensues to beat the Predator and Lieutenant Mike Harrigan, and he's stopped by Peter Keyes. And then, of course, the exposition by Peter Keyes. Basically, he says he says the Predator always comes to eat at the local meat plant, which stinks like hell in the summertime. He apparently has liking to beef, so we've been monitoring him, and he always comes here and says, "You want to know who's killing everybody? Here's your killer." And then he sees who, and then you see the patterns. Click on a button, and you see the patterns of a cloaked predator running by. So they basically, what they did is they put the entire place, his entire team has been busy, and basically put stuff on the walls and the stairs and things like that he can't cloak. His cloaking device won't work, and they will have suits on that he can't see, that are suits that don't make they look at your temperature, right? The body temperature, same like with Schwarzenegger using the clay to sort of disguise himself for the predator that he can't see him, his body temperature. And he said that he interviewed a major, and he said this happened 10 years ago in Guatemala, in a jungle. 2 men survived, one from a special forces unit, and one that was a cartel member, a lady. And the guy the guy was Major Dutch. He explained things about the Predator and Anna. They interrogated her too. So there's a little exposition of Major Dutch, Arnold Schwarzenegger, that they had a talk with each other, and he was saying Predator this and can do this and this, and so they are prepared. And then you got the cool scene where they're following Peter Keyes and his unit. Some of them have AR-15 assault rifles. Some have a freezing device because they want to freeze it. They don't want to kill it. They want its technology. And eventually, for some reason, the Predator hears something and starts to click on different sorts of waves, like heat waves, sensor, and at some point he can see the lights that are on their shoulders. It's like, and he tries to cloak himself, but it doesn't work. So he which is a cool scene. He jumps through. He jumps in the middle of these guys and and he jumps. He kills one. Other ones are shooting at each other and freezing each other, and like in that, the entire unit is gone. Peter Keys gets a. He doesn't know how the fucking his freezing device is jammed, and he gets a cannon blast towards him, and he flies away. Now Danny Glover goes in there, fully equipped with a full metal flak jacket, but armor, real thick armor. He has this, I think it's an M4 assault rifle with a grenade launcher on. He takes his shotgun, of course, his trusty multi-ammo shotgun. And then his Desert Eagle. So he goes in, he shoots a hole in the wall. He says, "I'm here, motherfucker, come get me." Brrr, brrr. And he hits the Predator a few times, and the Predator's hit. He's bleeding, and he's, you know, shoots a laser ball towards him, and I think at some point he gets hit in his armor, but luckily he had such thick armor on but he had to take it off because it was burning, and it just nearly went through his armor. And that's a cool scene. So you see the Predator, he's sitting there through all these cows that are hanging there, and they're frozen cows, and he's doing like this, the Predator, this, taking his blades out, ready to kill him. And then he takes his multi-ammo shotgun out, hits him here, there, leg, multiple shots, hit, multiple green blood that they have, hit, and he falls on the ground. And then he goes inspect the Predator. Even then he shoots him like 10 times. And even then that thing has ammo. A short shotgun. I know, the longer the shotgun, more ammo you can carry. It can carry, but those shorter shotguns, like a Mossberg or something, that can't carry, they usually carry 5 bullets or something at the most. But of course he takes the mask off and he says, "You're one ugly," and he says, "Motherfucker." And he takes the gun and he kicks Harrigan away. He destroys the gun by just hitting it at the floor. It's completely broken. Then you've got Peter Keys jumping in for him and blasting the freezer cannon at him. And he says, "You go away. This is my fight. You hear? My fight." And Peter Keys is, saying it's his fight, but he's basically killed like that. The Predator launches this disc at him, and that's the weirdest scene, that he's basically sliced in half, but you see the legs fall off, but the body's still up, and the blood's coming out of the body, but the body stays up. So that's gravity for you. And after that, it's, again, a cat and mouse game, and there's a moment that the Predator wants to use his, suicidal explosion device, but the Predator's hand gets cut off by the cycle disc, and Harrigan uses it. Shaq takes his hand off. He eventually, tries to, you can see more details of him doing, and that's cool, because those details that we never see in the first Predator. The first Predator also when he has wounds, did some things, and here the Predator is doing this, has this disc with fire that he makes this blue clay paste, he puts syringes in the wounds, he's crying like hell, then putting the hot clay on him, and he's constantly yelling out of pain and things like that. And after all said is done, we end up in the alien ship. Now, Harrigan is there. The only thing he has as a weapon is the disc. Then he sees all the skulls that they have taken from Alien. You see Danny's skull. Then you see all the skull. He thinks it's Danny's skull at least. Then you see different creatures all, and that's the first time we are gonna see an Alien versus Predator movie, because you see a xenomorph skull. So that's a wink wink saying that there will be a Alien versus Predator movie, which I thought was neat. It's, you can see it clear as day. And of course, there the Predator comes out of cloaking. He has still his hooks. The arm that's cut off wasn't the hook arm, the claw arm. He's fighting him with the claws, and eventually Harrigan can't keep up, and he's gonna kill him. And then he's faking it that he's tired, and then he puts the disc in the belly of the Predator and slices him from belly button to sternum, and he just gutted him, and he falls down. Then you get this awesome scene of all these red dots with the Predator uses from the laser cannon. The laser cannon has this 3-dot like 3-dot laser sighting, and you see all these laser sightings over him, and you see all Predators coming out of their cloaking device, and they're all coming towards him, taking the Predator that's dead. They are going, and all the others are being cloaked again, and the one that stays behind, he has like a spear in hand with a skull at the end, and he has multiple trinkets around he has a belt, and I think he was the elder Predator. He's the boss of the ship, and he's the oldest Predator, so the elder Predator who all the Predators look up to. And he gives Harrigan as a gift for killing the Predator. Here, take it. He says that, so he can talk, because this one is being around because the gun that he sees is from like 1615 or something, and he says go, and then he goes, and he's covered in dust, and Alec Baldwin comes there. He says, Harrigan, God damn it! He says, Harrigan pushes the guy away. That was our only chance. And when he's going away to his chopper, you're gonna get more chances, you motherfucker. You're gonna get more chances. Because the fact is, these Predators have been hunting the Earth for years on end. And I think the gun was not okay. Later on in the Predator series, we get I'm not sure what the name of the movie was. It's not Predator, I think. It's where we go back to the Mayas, and you have these colonists with weapons like what he got, and I think that's the same weapon from one of the colonists that he gave to the female Mayan who killed the feral predator in this movie. How I'm blanking out which title it was, but in any case, this movie is great. It's great. It has action. It has some gore. The predator here is more vicious, in fact, than the first predator. He is, you see more exposition about the predators. The yellow predator, the xenomorph head that they also been to their planet. That they went to several planets and killed several creatures and took their skulls, and it's great. It's just a great movie. I don't get the bad talking about it because it's really one of the. I think it's the best sequel from all of them. We've got like Predators, the Predator, and then don't know what the name of that one is, but the Mayas, and then we go back in time. This predator doesn't have a mask on, I think, or a bone mask, but not a. He has more older equipment, but he's still has like a metal shield. He opens up when everybody's shooting at him. Also the claws and things like that, but the Mayas know how to fight and they can keep up with him and things like that. I thought that movie was good because it's a different concept. People with just muskets who have one bullet, and it takes an hour to reload. And then you've got the Mayas who basically, or Indian people who basically only use spears and made made weapons from wood, spears and hatchets and things like that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But that movie is okay. But this movie is better. This movie is better. This is the best sequel you're gonna get. I give it a thumbs up. It's got everything action packed and a little bit of horror too, because the scenes like in the train cart is horrifying. The scenes where he's basically killing all the posse members is creepy. The scene where he kills King Willie is creepy. So you got some horror elements with some gore, action, horror elements, gore, great actors. Great actors, even the side characters like Danny and Leona and Captain Heineman and Captain Pilgrim, who's always after Harrigan's butt, but Captain Pilgrim is always defending him. Peter Hall, again playing the Predator, does a great job here. Great job because he's more in frame here. He's got more to do. He's got more to kill. Just a great movie. See you later and hope you watch it. Want some candy?